Hello and welcome everybody. Today is going to be the first video in a while, and that's because I had some problems with my computer, and I think I have it all fixed now. I also had some problems with DaVinci Resolve. I'm not sure what's going on with that, so temporarily going to try to use a different video editing software. The stuff that I have laying here before you is parts for the Hypercube. This here is actually a test piece. I printed it out in the silver PLA that comes with the Prusa printer, the i3 Mark III, and it's printed on the i3 Mark III as well. Basically what I was going to do is make a cutout to cut out some of the space back here for this to fit in. So I want to use this to mount it onto my steel tubing, the 1-inch square tubing that I'm going to be using. The reason why I have 3 of them is because I want to try to make sure my screws are long enough. So this here is about the thickness of the tube. So if I factor in the thickness of the tube, the thickness of a washer, and the thickness of the part with metal piece in it, I think it's a M5x16 screw here. I ordered some smaller ones because I think that's going to be just a little bit too long. I think it's going to be okay. I could probably use them, but I'll just get the smaller ones. So that was a test piece. So then I went ahead and printed the real part. This is in the PETG. It's a Hatchbox Black. I did have to do some cleanup on it. I did have a video recorded showing that, but my computer failed and lost everything. Well, I was able to test fit the part. It fits pretty darn good in my opinion. I think it's going to work great. I do have to slide these in a certain way because sometimes they just don't fit as well in one direction as they do in the other. Doesn't really matter too much. They're gonna work. They printed very nicely. Show the rest of the parts. I have quite a few parts printed, all in the black hatch box for the new Hypercube. So as you can see here, these fit in rather nicely. Some of them fit in real nice. Right here fits in real nice on both sides. That's gonna be the motor mount on the Hypercube. But I'm probably going to call it a Hypertube in the video series that I'm going to do for it. Because it's made out of square tubing, so why not call it a Hypertube instead of a Hypercube. So what I'm going to do is try to clear out some of these holes. Some of the holes got little pieces in it. That looks okay now. I'm not sure why some of them turned out like that and some of them didn't. It doesn't matter. Now, as you can see here, the piece has some support on it. I didn't clean this piece up. What I'm going to do is use a knife here and get in between the support and the print part itself. And as you can see, you've got to be careful. You don't want your knife to slip and stab you. Most of the supports will just break away pretty nicely. These are just using default settings for Simplify 3D. You can probably use the Prusa Slick 3R and it'll work fine too. I gotta clean up the little hole in the center. I'm just gonna take one of these deburring tools. Just go around it quick. That'd be nice. Some little stray hairs. Now one of the problems I did have is when I printed this piece, one layer all the way around the edge peeled off. I don't know why. It didn't happen with this one. But oh, these are exactly the same piece, aren't they? So I have to print the other one. Oh well. Probably do that maybe later today, I don't know. But anyway, these parts here, these are for the XY carriage, for the end brackets there. They came out pretty good as well. Maybe a little bit of cleanup in there. Parts bend just a little bit, which seems to be pretty nice. Now, I don't recommend doing this with a knife like that. You can see I just stabbed myself. At least not towards you with a knife. Those parts came out pretty good. I was very impressed with the PETG on the Prusa printer. Let me move them out of the way quick. And we'll go on to the rest of the prints that I have so far. The next project that I've been working on lately is, as you can see, nice and green. It's going to be a 12 volt DC power supply with some terminal strips, a couple of 2.5mm jacks, and then I'm gonna have the plug go in here. It's gonna be one of these type of plugs. See that? I just need to finish wiring things up and then putting it together. So far that came along fine, but one thing I did make a mistake on is if you look inside, there's not a whole lot of room. So getting to those parts and wiring it all up in there was not easy. So if you ever want to do something like that, try to make sure you think about that before you design the parts. I'm just going to let it go because I've already designed it. So why not? A couple more prints. Here, this here took a couple of tries. It is the Fab 365 Bender. See the Fab 365 inside there. I kept having a fail on the door here. It kept breaking away, causing the whole print to fail. One time I did have his arm fall off while printing, but he turns pretty good. Turned out very nicely after tinkering with some things. I printed him on a raft. First print on a raft, everything printed fine. He snapped together fine. This is the silver Prusa's PLA. I'm having a lot of problems with the Prusa PLA. I'm not sure what it is. I do have to print it really hot compared to my other PLAs. Like that green, I print at 205. This year I printed at 215. I'm printing Prusa right now at 230. I'm not sure why it has to be so high. There's a nice little silver dragon that file comes with the Prusa Mark III. I think it turned out very, very nice. We have a little bit of an overhang issue here. Not sure if you'll be able to pick that up, but you can see a little bit of rough there. Other than that, it turned out pretty nicely. Now, my first layer wasn't perfect on this print. I did have to adjust it later, and came out nice. The rest of the prints. Here's the boat, the benchy. There's a line there. I'm not sure what caused that. Yeah, you can see it there. And if you look, here's the old benchy on the old Net A8 that's being turned into that Hypercube. Let's try to adjust the light a little bit. But you can see some rough edges on here, and this is after I cleaned it up. And this one, just a little bit of a sag right there. I didn't do anything to this one. Even the opening in the front there turned out very, very nice on the Mark III. So I do like the printing quality. It's much, much better without having to rake it. The other things I printed was the Marvin. That turned out very nice. There's a little bit of a sag right here. You can see that. Yeah. And the whistle, which turned out very nicely as well. It's a nice design. And then recently, which I'm probably gonna do a video on putting this together quick, printed a fan for my desk. This file I found on Thingiverse. When I do the putting it together, I'll put the link inside the video description for it, but that's when I put it together. But I had a lot of problem printing this. This was after letting it sit for a little while, letting the Prusa PLA sit. I had to turn the temperature up and mess with some settings to get it to work. Not sure why. I have some theories, but I'll have to figure out why before I mention them. See you guys next time. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you want to get notified for future videos, hit the subscribe button. Until next time, I'll see you later.